Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Odd, your tarot reader and Vedic astrologer, and today we are going to be doing how do they perceive you? It could be anyone that you think of, maybe someone in your family, maybe someone that you are close to, a colleague, a friend, anyone, or maybe it could be a love interest as well. You have three cards to choose from. You can choose one or several. So the first one is the bouquet, second one is anchor, and the third one is mountain. So you can go ahead and pick your card. And if it doesn't resonate with you, you can select another card. Let's start and jump into your reading. How do they perceive you? Hey, group one. So, how do they perceive you? So, they perceive you as someone to be artistic, someone who loves music, someone who loves to paint or create something here. It talks about beauty and art. So, this person that you think about, they see you as someone who could be also someone very wise. So they might perceive you as someone who enjoys decorating spaces, choosing outfits carefully, or like creating beautiful environment around you. They also see a sense of emotional intelligence, like whatever you have achieved in your life, you have gone through a lot of hardship. And people see that you are someone who is a tough cookie. So how you bring out the energy is with a sense of maturity. They might feel that you've learned a lot through life and that your kindness comes from understanding people deeply. You could be having your Saturn in the 10th house. It talks about hard work and leadership. So, whatever that you have gained, it didn't come easy to you. And that is what they see in you. In their eyes, you also come across as someone naturally charming and aesthetically pleasing. There's a softness and elegance in the way you present yourself. Um, they might see you as someone who has a good sense of style. You're not like flashy in any way because there are many people who believes that being flashy is being fashionable or seen by others, like others would notice you if you do like that, but you are not like that. You have a great sense of style, but it is very tasteful. You might gravitate towards more of a feminine or artistic look, for example, like flowy dresses, soft fabrics, or coordinated outfits where the colors match well. You might wear delicate accessories like thin gold necklaces, um, soft hoops, you know. Your bag might be something structured or classy, maybe leather or something very neutral tone or even vintage looking. So, when we talk about the physical appearance, your eyes might be almond shaped or slightly hooded, possibly warm brown or hazel or even greenish tone. That looks expressive when you talk. Your lips might be well defined. Your hair could be something they notice as well, maybe long, slightly wavy, or styled in a natural way rather than overly dramatic. Because this card is connected to Venus, the planet of beauty, harmony. So, because of this, they may see you as someone who enjoys beautiful things, like having flowers at home, aesthetically pleasing spaces, skincare routines, like you are really good in having a skincare routine, like nighttime routine, or before you go to your work or something in the morning, or like dressing nicely, even on a casual day. So you might come across as someone who enjoys creative hobbies too, like decorating or photography, or you could be into cooking or baking. I see more of like baking cupcakes or something here. Something pretty or arranging things beautifully. Your kindness might be very Venusian as well, like warm, You like to have social gatherings. You are very socially graceful in a way. Like you like to welcome people at home and arrange everything with the meals and everything. You're very thoughtful in that way. You might be the type who also remembers other people's birthdays, or even in your family, your friends, even could be your coworkers as well. You like to bring small gifts or maybe like compliment people in a very sincere way, which doesn't sound made up or fake. So I want to clarify more. How do they perceive you? How do this person perceives you? And we have the Seven of Cups. So they definitely see you as very attractive, pleasant, and even charming. But with the Seven of Cups, it tells me that the perception of theirs goes even more further. In their mind, you almost feel like someone who is hard to fully figure out because there are many layers to you. You're like onion, you know. Tell me more about how do they perceive you? How do they perceive you? The Knight of Cups, and they also see you as someone really romantic, as I told you before, and the Seven of Pentacles. I'm sorry, did I say the Seven of Pentacles? No, it's the Eight of Pentacles. So right off the bat, with the Seven of Cups, they definitely see you as someone who is like hard to pin down, someone who could be really dreamy, and they feel that there are many sides to you. Like every time they observe you, they notice something new. You might give off the vibe of someone who lives partly in like their imagination or in a world. They also see you as someone who could be really romantic here with a lot of deep emotions, who likes to express themselves to the public. For example, like writing poems or writing song lyrics, which is something romantic. Um, Putting your feelings, your heart into something which is written, like writing a book or something. Maybe you have done that before. They see you as someone who also communicates your feelings in a very sincere manner rather than being blunt. So they value that. They might imagine you as someone who enjoys like romantic experiences, um, long conversations, late night phone calls, or like listening to late night songs, romantic songs, or something related to music here. It's a very like dreamy Pisces energy that I'm getting here. They may also see you as someone with very soft facial expressions, like when someone is talking to you, rather than looking at that person eye to eye, you tilt your head. Your posture might feel relaxed but elegant. The way you walk or move might appear like fluid rather than stiff. They see that you are someone who could be a daydreamer, who thinks about the future a lot, future possibilities, how you can expand yourself, like having a lot of dreams that you want to fulfill in this lifetime. You could be someone who is very motivated as well. You're not just someone who is emotional or imaginative only, but you are also someone who puts the efforts into things. They might see you as the type of person who focuses on improving yourself, or like, how do you say, like learning skills or working steadily towards your goals. You could appear like someone who takes your responsibilities seriously, whether it's work, whether it's your studies, or your, in general, your own personal development. Take the opportunities that comes your way. And since we had the Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck, what I feel is that they feel that you have gone through some emotional trauma here, or your kindness, and like behind your charm and your kindness and your caring, giving nature, you could be also someone who has a deeper emotional story. Sometimes people with this card appears like they've been through something that made them wiser or more grounded. They might sense moments where you seem thoughtful or quiet, or if you carry experiences that shaped you deeply. So that is how they feel about you, because they see that you have a lot of layers to you, which takes time to get through, like layer one, layer two, layer three. And you could be someone who is also very mysterious in a way that, because I see a lot of cups energy here, you could be intuitive, you could be mysterious, having all those traits of a water sign. So they might feel that because you have gone through the emotional stress and discontentment from your closed ones or the people you were connected to in the past, it has made you wiser with time, as well as given you the emotional stability to carry yourself, to be more grounded and not being all over the place, and being more emotionally mature in a way. And they could also feel like very confused when it comes to you. If you know this person who you are romantically connected with, they might be not 100% sure of where they stand with you, because they find you to be really attractive, and maybe you could be having a lot of options here as well. So if they come towards you, you might reject them in a way, so they could end up having heartbreak. So this was the reading, you guys. I hope it resonated with you. Do like and drop a comment and subscribe to my channel, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye. Hey group 2, if you chose this card Anchor, let's see, how do they perceive you? They perceive you to be very powerful, who believes in having stability, financially stable. You could be financially stable, as well as you having long term plans here. They might imagine you as someone who thinks about the future, who wants like solid foundation in a way, in your career, at your home, even in a relationship. You could be very authoritative, very disciplined and structured. Maybe you have a leadership role. Maybe you have some kind of a high designation at your workplace that they see. So I am getting a strong Saturn energy from this card. Or you could be a Capricorn as well. You just need to find out in your birth chart if it's in your rising, moon, or Venus somewhere. They see you as dependable and grounded, someone that they can rely on. In their mind, you're someone stable, someone who holds things together. They might feel that you're the type of person who doesn't easily give up on responsibilities or commitment. You might appear like someone who plans things ahead, someone who is like, who thinks about the future and takes practical steps towards stability. That's how they see you. And like, if we talk physically, like, what are your physical traits? Your posture might appear steady and calm. Your body type might seem like balanced or strong rather than fragile. You could be very robust as well. Even the way you walk might feel purposeful, like you know where you're doing, like where you're going and what you're doing. They see that. Everything is planned out in your mind. It's not like that you're very confused or clumsy in a way. They don't see that. They see that you are very structured. Your clothing style might also reflect practicality, like classic boots, loafers, or clean sneakers rather than overly trendy shoes. You might prefer clothes that are comfortable yet polished. Something you can wear for the years rather than just one season. So they might notice that you don't like to give away or throw your old clothes. You just you just reuse them over and over again. And you also keep your old clothes like in a very tidy manner. Like they cannot like tell you that a jacket or a sweater that you wore is like 10 years old, like you bought it 10 years ago. It seems so fresh, it seems so clean and nice, and yeah, brand new. So you keep your things really tidy, neat, in order. They might also imagine like you as someone who keeps routines. Maybe you're organized. You are definitely organized. Someone who manages time well. Someone who focuses on work or studies or long-term goals. They might also see you as very loyal as well. The type of person who keeps the same close friends for years rather than constantly changing social circles. You know, your friendship might feel really supportive and very protective. Like you keep your circle together. You maybe don't have a very huge group of friends or coworkers. You could be having like very limited amount of people that you know, a very like remnant group of people. But whatever the case is, it's like the friends who helps other during tough times. You are that kind of a person who quietly carries responsibility for family members as well. So you could be like a pillar to your family as well. Like you could be having a lot of responsibilities more than you know. Even if you're the youngest in the family, you would be having the highest responsibilities of your family. And that is something that people notice about you, or a specific person that you are thinking of, they notice that about you. So let's find out more. I want to get more cards. How do they perceive you? How do they perceive you? Tell me more. We have the Three of Pentacles. They definitely see you as someone who's really skilled with at your workplace, who has the ability of doing a lot and taking a lot of responsibility. Also could be collaborating with other people, like you work in a team or something. So other people see that in you. They see that you are one of the best co-workers that they know, and you're a team player. So let's find out more. Okay, this one tried to come out. So we have the King of Swords. Wow. Whew. How do they perceive you? How do they perceive you? And we have the Ten of Pentacles. Beautiful. So they might see you as someone who takes pride at your work or responsibilities. Maybe they have noticed that when you do something, you do it with being very careful rather than rushing in anything. You might appear like someone who learns very quickly, um, who improves over time and values competence. So, in their mind, the type of person who can collaborate well with others, you are that person. Even I see like the small habits could be like, for example, the way you focus when you're completing a task, how you are asking thoughtful questions. Maybe you ask a lot of questions because you know that you don't want to mess things up at your workplace, because it also talks about uh, dignity and reputation as well. Your workplace image and reputation. It's all the Capricorn Saturn energy. Because 3 plus 5 is number 8, and as well as the anchor card, it's all very like earth energy that I'm getting here. But how they see you is that you are very sharp as well. You do things completely like with your whole heart. You pay attention to the details, like other people might overlook. um, they might also feel that you're someone who quietly builds, and maybe people know that about you at your workplace and all. Like it's not that much of like a hidden energy here, like the previous pile that I did. That was very like secretive and dreamy and mysterious, that kind of a way. But here people know that you work on your craft. You might be taking multiple courses, or you might be taking different working more than one job, and your colleagues, your workers, your co-workers, your friends, everyone know about it. They see that you're a very skilled person. You can be a multitasker as well, doing several things at a time. With the King of Swords, I feel like it changes the tone of the perception a little bit. It's like it reflects about someone who appears very intelligent, analytic, and mentally strong, which you are in general, that is for sure. It carries a very strong association with Aquarius or Mercury, because it's air sign energy. You could be an air sign, and you could be having air sign qualities, or you having a lot of air signs in your birth chart that you can check out. You're very logical, you are very observant, and you are very meticulous in doing, performing tasks, very persistent. And you're very clear minded. You are not confused at all. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. You have a good head on your shoulders. So that is how they see you. And also in their eyes, you might come across as someone who speaks thoughtfully and very carefully. You might not talk excessively, but when you do speak, your words tend to carry weight. It's like there's, just imagine there's like a group of people sitting, and everyone is just like, want to talk, want to say something, want to express themselves, because nowadays there are people who do that because they just want to get the attention, and it could be anything, like it could be even like some kind of a BS that they talk about. But when you say something, when you open your mouth, people listen, and whatever comes out of your mouth carries weight, it carries depth. So they might feel that you think before you act, that you are capable of analyzing situations deeply, which is something really like prominent here. We talk about the facial features and how they see you or how you look to others. It's like you could be also someone who ages like a fine wine. It gives me some sort of a Benjamin Button effect. Like when you were in your younger days, you looked more mature, you looked older than your age. But when you started to age, you started to look younger. And that is how people perceive you. Like there's some kind of a weird um, chemical reaction going on in your body that is making you younger while you are aging. And some of them also think that you do some kind of a beauty ritual or something. But that is the thing, that no one can tell your exact age. That is what confuses them. That is how I feel I see things. The other thing that I'm seeing here is that you have a very serious look to you, of course, Saturn energy, but your facial features might appear as very defined or structured. Like, for example, straight nose, very noticeable jawline, or a focused gaze when you're listening. The way you listen, you have that kind of a very focused gaze, and you have good eye contact. Like for the first file when I was reading, it gave me off very dreamy energy, and it talked about someone who is not having much eye to eye contact. But you here, you are the complete opposite. When you talk to someone, to your coworkers or your family members or your friends, anyone or even a stranger, you make eye contact with people with that stoic look. Your body language might also seem controlled and confident, like someone who doesn't feel the need to prove themselves loudly. I'm also getting that in their mind, you might appear like someone who values security and long term success. They might see you as the type of person who wants a stable home, a car. You might be having a really nice car, or several cars, strong family foundation, and financial security over time. You might come across as someone responsible and mature, someone who thinks about the future rather than just um, present moment. They might also see you as someone who respects traditions or family values, like when it comes to celebrating festivals and bringing relatives um, to your home or going to theirs and arranging things with your family. You seem to be like a very focused and family oriented person. Like they might see you like not outside after your work. They might notice you that you are someone who is a homebody who likes to stay at home, spending a lot of time with your family. Even you are doing some kind of outdoor activity, you have like one or two selected friends, and then you have your family as well on the side. They see that. We had the Four of Cups at the bottom of the deck. How do they perceive you who keeps their emotions to themselves, like you keep your emotions to yourself? They could also feel that you're very emotionally selective, that you don't give your attention to just anyone. You might come across as someone who thinks deeply before like engaging emotionally. So that was the reading, you guys. I hope that it resonated with you. If not, you can select another file and do comment down below if this resonated, and like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye. So hey, pile 3, if you guys chose this card, Mountain, well, how do they perceive you? They perceive you as someone that is reserved or hard to approach. They may also feel that there is an intelligent, thoughtful, or mentally active side to you. So you could be very communicative, very expressive, as well as very curious or mentally stimulated. It's giving me the Gemini Mercury energy. They could perceive you as being a sapiosexual, that you are mentally driven. They perceive you to be someone who is very communicative, intelligent. You could be an intellect. And if someone wants to approach you in a romantic way, they should be, rather than saying, oh, I can bring the moon and stars for you, they should approach you in a more intellectual level, like talking about different topics, talking about something very taboo that is a complete hush hush or a no no in the society nowadays, talking about politics, like some kind of information that they could provide you to make you feel impressed by them. And that is how they will catch your attention. You know what I mean? So they perceive you in that sense. Like you are not someone who is like a hopeless romantic or wear rose colored glasses and just get swayed by anything and everything that people come up with. Since you're a person who is so hard to approach, like a mountain, they also notice that you could come off to be very quiet at first. When you move in a circle of people or in a crowd where everyone is a stranger to you and you are a stranger to them, you could be very like quiet, and they could see you as very reserved or conservative in a way. But that is their first impression. Later on, when they get to know you, they see that how thoughtful and insightful you can be. This card also tells me that there might be some kind of a distance between you and them physically, like you guys are living in different state or the other side of the world. They feel that you might appear very strong-willed. You are someone who is very like intelligent and sometimes difficult to fully understand. um it gives me off a very like Capricorn or a Scorpio qualities when I see this card. So it talks about determination, emotional depth, and strong personal boundaries. So they feel that you don't easily reveal everything. Like you don't tell everything at once about yourself. You are very reserved in a way. You might come across as someone who observes people, who observes the energy very carefully before taking your next move. um, and that is what they notice about you. Physically, I would say that they might see you, how do I say, like they might see a very sharper or more defined feature here, very like very sharp features that I'm getting, because These mountains are sharp, and you could be also like very having that kind of edgy feature. Perhaps your cheekbones, you could be having prominent cheekbones, or an expression that you can look thoughtful or serious when you're concentrating. Your body language might be composed and controlled. You may not constantly seek attention in the room, so it's like you don't ask for attention, it just comes to you, but people still notice you. So they may also think that you enjoy solitude, like being alone, not having too many people around you. You could be like, what is that term called? INTJ, like introverted, intuitive thinking, judging. You could be that kind of a personality, they think, like who is very independent thinker, very strategic, very logical, and very judgmental as well. So you could be someone who is very conservative, yet you enjoy long conversations, deep conversations, conversations that make meaning to something rather than superficial small talk, nowadays, like how you doing and what's the weather like and all that BS. And I am like that as well. I just love to have long conversations, something more meaningful in a way. Politics, mythology, history, even talking about the subjects that I had when I was a kid, like maths and chemistry and stuff. Yeah, I was a nerd. So, but anyhow, they might think that you like things like long walks. Maybe you like to go long walks, you do that. Um, or studying something interesting or working towards a goal that requires patience. They may also feel that you're someone who values personal boundaries, meaning that not everyone easily gets access to your emotional world. So you are very protective of your heart and how you how you come across as, and they see that. So I want to go ahead and clarify some more. How do they perceive you? How do they perceive you? So we have strength. Interesting. Five of Wands. How do they perceive you? Ace of Wands. Whoa. They definitely see you as someone strong who holds a good hold of their emotions. Someone who moves calmly, speaks steadily, and doesn't easily shows frustration or vulnerability in public. So they can see you as someone who is not like, if something goes wrong in a situation where there are several people, you will not panic and you will not show your, some people who do panic, they get clumsy and then some people, they just start to get frustrated and talk loudly, and you seem very calm and composed. You are very chilled, relaxed, and even though you are stressed in a way, how they see you is that you hold your emotions really, really firmly in a situation where something is going down. So you have a lot of resilience to you. That is how they feel. They might see you to be really attractive. You are someone who could be having a very like steady posture. You don't shy away, or you don't like look away or hide your face or something. They might feel that you are calm but also powerful at the same time. Even when you're quiet, you may seem very confident. Sometimes people with this energy appears like they don't, you know, need to prove themselves loudly. The strength is simply there in the way they carry themselves. So that is how they see you. Might also appear like a person who doesn't easily let other others dominate or control you, there's a disagreement, they may feel that you are capable of defending your point of view clearly. This doesn't necessarily mean that they see you as aggressive, but they do see you rather someone who has strong opinions and isn't afraid of expressing themselves when it's necessary. They might imagine you as someone who values fairness and doesn't tolerate disrespect at all. That is how they feel about you. They may notice that you don't like simply follow the crowd. You might ask questions, you might come up with challenging ideas to others, or speak up when something doesn't make sense to you. You know, you're definitely not the person who follows the crowd. They might also see you as someone who is very unconventional, or you could go against the system and you could be like one man standing alone. You could be that kind of type of a person. That is how they see you. And this can make you appear confident and independent in their eyes. So that is very attractive about you. They are attracted to you physically as well as mentally. I mean, like the strength that you carry, nobody has that. That is what they have noticed. And that is what intrigues them. That is what, like, brings them closer to you or to get to know you more. You could be also a person who goes to the gym or could be very athletic, who puts their energy and efforts in looking good, physically fit, or do some kind of like strength training here. But you look good, you look fit. They might also feel that you have passion, you have driven side to you. They might imagine you as someone who gets inspired easily by new projects, new experiences, like, or new opportunities. There could be moments where your enthusiasm becomes very noticeable. Like when you talk about something you care, your energy might suddenly become much more animated. They see you as someone who is very energetic and vibrant as well. You become more expressive when you are passionate about a topic. Your eyes might light up when you talk about a very interesting topic or something which is more meaningful to you. They also see you as someone not entertaining drama. I mean, like, because we had the Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So what I feel is that they feel that you're someone who prefers peaceful environment rather than unnecessary drama. You are ready to move away from the conflicts that arises. You might appear like someone who eventually chooses growth and progress rather than staying stuck in a negative energy, because all of these cards are like wands energy, and wands is about passion, excitement, new beginnings, new opportunities, resilience to come over the chaos, and having the confidence and the motivation, the dedication. So, what I'm getting from here is that they see your strength, that they see you are emotionally strong, you are mentally driven, you are very sharp minded, people like your intelligence and how you process. So, this was the reading pile 3. If anything resonated here, do like, drop a comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.